Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, ang i-review natin itong 2026 Hyundai Stargazer X. We will check the interior and exterior differences from the previous model. The main difference in the exterior is the facelifted front fascia. Now, it's more rectangular in shape at parang pinapalo niya yung design language ng Hyundai Palisade. So, ito yung top of the line and sells for 1,378,000 pesos. From the previous model, there's a big change, especially in the front part. The grille now is more prominent and mas distinctive na ngayon yung positioning ng kanyang headlight, which is now on top unlike in the old model na nasa baba yung position. You will see now there is a prominent hood to balance out or remove ng konti yung pagka-MPV feel niya. Now, it's more upright and there is more statement when you see it. Hindi pa rin ganun ka-feel na SUV siya, pero mas manly siya than before. So, the treatment dun sa hood is noticeably a big change. It's not perfect, but it's a big change than before. If na-awkwardan ka sa design ng previous Stargazer before, at yun ang nagiging reason why hesitant ka to buy it. So, you can see here naman na meron na siyang change from before. I think ngayon mas kaya nang tanggapin yung design niya ng ibang tao, unlike before na subjective yung pag-like ng design niya. When it comes to the sides, it still retains the Stargazer look and the body cladding of the Stargazer X. So that black body cladding helps in achieving the look na adventure vehicle siya kahit na 4x2 lang naman siya. And here you can see the side mirror pero wala siyang 360-degree camera. For me, ang pinaka-statement talaga ni Stargazer X is yung pagka-unique niya. Meron siyang mga sharp body lines for it to stand out. And you can see here also they've added a roof rail compared dun sa mga base model. The mag wheels now is colored black and it's size 17. Naka-disc brake na rin siya sa harap at saka dun sa likod. So yung ground clearance niya is higher at 190 mm, which is higher by about 5 mm than the lower variants. The suspension is typical torsion beam at the back and MacPherson strut at the front. Now, let's check the rear portion. Ang significant change is yung taillight and bumper design. You can see that the bumper design is now different. Medyo nakaprotrude na yung medyo aluminum finish. Tapos yung lalagyan ng plate number, nandun na sa bumper portion. Dati kasi nandun sa itaas yan. Ngayon, nandito na siya sa lower portion ng bumper. Before, it looks like this. Nandun siya sa upper portion ng tailgate. Yung taillight niya na bago din, although it still follows the H design. It's LED with horizontal bar, pero naging slimmer na yung taillight, unlike dito na medyo naka-triangle type. The design of the rear spoiler is now different. Mas sporty na siyang tingnan. Okay, yan ang exterior changes. Now, let's check the interior. The door panel has still the same design as the previous model. You have plastic material here dito sa top, ito sa middle is plastic din. At in this area, soft touch material na. And here you have that ambient lighting na kulay blue. Tapos here you have na white stitching. Before kasi naka-red stitching yan. And you have the bottle holder here and the speaker is here. So nothing has changed with the design of the window switches. They are still the same. Now let's check the seating position. Here meron kang small na parang compartment. And then yung driver seat niya is manual yung adjustment. Makita nyo rin yung seat is naka-white stitching na. Dati naka-red stitching yan. Maganda naman yung height ng seat. Nandito yung lever for the gas tank at nandito naman yung pag-open ng hood. Okay, let's check the steering wheel. It can be adjusted, no? So, pag binaba mo itong lever, you can push it up and down and then you can pull it up. And then you can push it down to get your best driving position. Meron ding mga buttons dito sa steering wheel. Nandito sa left side yung adjustment dito sa instrument cluster at saka infotainment screen. At nandito naman sa right side dun sa cruise control. Naiba na rin yung design ng dashboard. Mas maganda na siya. It's now straight. Dati kasi yung instrument cluster, medyo nakaumbok. Parang ganito, no? So, to me, hindi siya maganda. Para nakaka-obstruct siya ng view sa harap. Looks like Hyundai is listening to the customers' complaints and they have now redesigned a new instrument cluster na integrated doon sa kanyang display. Malaki na rin yung screen niya. It's now 10.25 inches. At dito sa lower portion, nandito yung aircon vent at nasa center yung hazard button. Maganda na rin yung design ng kanyang dashboard. It's very useful. Dito sa upper portion, pwede kang maglagay ng gamit mo. For example, like a cellphone. Dito naman sa lower portion, pwede ka ding maglagay ng mga gamit mo. At dito naman sa lower portion, nandito yung glove box. Again, yung stitching niya is now white. Before kasi yung Stargazer X, kulay red yan. Nandito yung push start stop button. And then you have the physical button here to control the aircon. And dito naman, you can control the volume of the infotainment screen. As well as yung piano button to control it. Dito naman sa lower portion, merong 12-volt socket. Meron ding USB Type-A port, saka yung USB na Type-C. And then you have here the wireless charging pad. And dito naman yung button sa parking sensor. So, ito naman sa kanyang gear shifter. Meron siyang plus and minus for manual mode. And then you have the drive mode button and the traction control button. Nandito naman yung location ng automatic parking brake at saka yung auto hold button. And then you have two cup holders here. Tapos dito, pwede kang maglagay ng item, for example, like cellphone. Kasi dati yan yung location ng manual handbrake. Sa ilalim ng center armrest, meron naman ditong compartment. Average lang yung size niya. So if you would see the design ng dashboard saka yung door panels, nag-improve na yung design niya. Meron na siyang symmetry. Unlike before na parang hindi siya symmetrical. Okay, check naman natin itong sunshade. Yung sunshade niya dito, wala siyang vanity mirror. Pero dito sa passenger side, meron siyang vanity mirror. Pero wala siyang ilaw. Then, yung interior lights naman niya is LED na rin. Pero napansin ko lang, wala siyang sunglass holder dito. And then itong rear view mirror, you can adjust naman yung day and night function. The headliner now is colored black. Before, it's colored beige. Maganda yung kanyang headroom. So, maaliwala siyang tingnan. Okay, let's proceed naman dito sa second row. So, yung door panel design is still the same. Walang nabago. And dito, meron kang cup holder. Dito, meron kang white stitching. And then, merong bottle holder sa baba. And then, you have the speaker here. The nice thing here is, ang ganda ng kanyang legroom. Kasi you can still adjust itong kanyang upuan. You can pull it back and forth. Dito sa likod, meron siyang dalawang pocket. Also, flat yung center flooring. So, convenient sa center passenger. Kaya lang, wala siyang headrest dito sa gitna. Dito naman sa likod ng center console, meron ditong dalawang USB Type-C port. And then, meron ding parang maliit na hole dito where you can put yung gamit like yung cellphone. And here, you have that small table where you can put siguro yung laptop mo. Napansin ko din, meron ditong parang clip where you can put yung iyong cable kung magcha-charge ka, papunta dito sa Type-C port dito sa baba. Again, maganda yung kanyang seating position at very comfortable. And then, yung seats niya is leather na merong perforation dito sa harap. But I think this is only synthetic leather. Dito naman sa itaas, you can find here yung kanyang aircon vent, no? You can control the speed of the fan here. And then, meron siyang ilaw dito sa gitna. Okay, i-check naman natin yung center armrest niya. So, pag pinul mo siya, makakaroon ka ng center armrest. Pero wala siyang cup holder dito kasi yung cup holder nandun sa dalawang pintuan. Kaya lang dito, wala kang headrest dito sa gitna. So, nakakapagod sa long drive dito sa passenger na nakaupo dito. Maganda naman yung quality ng kanyang leather seat. Makapal siya. So, parang comfortable siyang sakyan. Okay, let's check that third row. When you pull this up, you can now enter yung third row. The nice thing here is, maluwag yung kanyang third row seat. I think isa ito sa may pinakamaluwag na third row area sa mga 7-seater na MPVs. The height of the seat is okay, maganda yung leg support, so comfortable sa mga third row passengers. Dito meron kang cup holders at saka hindi ka restricted dito sa likod, no? So kahit na medyo mababa yung pinaka-roof niya, pagka naka-recline yung kanyang third row seat tapos nakataas yung kanyang headrest, comfortable na siya sa mga third row passengers. I think isa ito sa bentahe nitong Stargazer. Maluwag yung kanyang third row seat. So kung naghahanap ka ng MPV na maluwag yung third row seat, I think good choice itong Stargazer X. Okay, check naman natin itong likod. So dito meron siyang compartment na malalim. So pwede kang maglagay ng shoes here, no? So pagka naka-cover na yan, hindi mo na siya makikita. Itong third row seat, pwede mo din siyang i-fold flat. So pagka ipinus mo siya, mapo-fold flat siya. At you can see here the spaciousness ng ditong area na to. Not only that, you can still increase the cargo space by folding flat itong second row seat. And this is how it looks kapag naka-fold yung second row seat. So it's flat up to the second row. So you can put bigger things dito. So, pwede kang magkarga, for example, ng mga cabinets na mahaba at iba pang items na mahahaba. Now, itaas ulit natin itong second row seat. So, makikita nyo may open space dito pagka nakababa yung armrest niya. Ang purpose niyan is pwede kang maglagay ng mas mahabang item. Halimbawa, nagpo-protrude siya. So, pwede mong ilagay dyan. So, compared mo dito sa previous model, wala namang naiba. Ang naiba lang talaga dito is yung kanyang dashboard. Ito yung kanyang lumang dashboard at lumang infotainment screen. So ngayon, nabago na yan with this modern looking dashboard. Okay, punta naman tayo sa engine. Ang engine niya delivers 115 PS and 144 Nm of torque mated to a 7-speed IVT transmission. Compared to its competitors, siya yung may class-leading na engine output, second only to the BRV. In real-world scenario, actually, mas maganda yung tuning ng engine at transmission nito compared dun sa BRV. Mas preppy siya. Makikita nyo naman yan dun sa mga comparison videos. I think malaking factor dyan yung transmission niya na IVT. When it comes to reliability, okay naman si Hyundai. But when it comes to parts availability, it's not yet comparable sa mga Japanese brands. Usually naman, the powertrains of Hyundai cars are good, especially yung kanilang mga diesel engines. So when it comes to performance, it's okay, but it's not yet the best. Now, let's summarize. At 1.378 million, is this a good buy? I think for me, reasonable siya. So for that price, yung mga competitors niya are almost the same price as this. But you can see, based on the specs, it's class-leading. Siguro hindi siya ganun katanggap because it's still a Hyundai. And now na na-refresh siya, I think maraming mapapatingin dito sa bagong Stargazer. Okay, punta naman tayo sa pros and cons ng vehicle na to. Ang number one pro nito is yung class-leading specs niya. So, compared with its competitors like the Veloz, the Expander, the BRV, I think siya yung pinaka-class leading pagdating sa specs. Another pro nito is yung kanyang class leading engine output rating and performance. So kahit hindi ganun kalaki yung difference ng engine horsepower niya compared to its competitors, pero in actual driving kasi, yung mating ng kanyang engine at saka nung transmission is really good. So hindi mo ma-feel na merong cost cutting pagdating dun sa particular aspect na yon. Another pro nito is yung kanyang NVH. Comparing it with its main competitor, yung Toyota Veloz, mas maganda yung quality nito at NVH. Kasi yung Veloz, I think it's a Daihatsu. So, mas subpar siya compared sa quality nito. Another pro nito is yung kanyang mas magandang ground clearance kasi naka 190 mm siya. So, if you use this in the city or in the province, Mas better siya compared to its competitors na mas lower yung ground clearance. Another pro nito is yung well-managed na suspension niya. So kung nakasakay ka na dito, you will really feel na maganda yung kanyang ride. So kahit naka-torsion beam yung suspension niya, comfortable pa rin siya. So maganda siya talaga for family use. Another positive here is meron na siya ng Hyundai Smart Sense. So meron siyang cruise control, forward collision avoidance assist, lane following assist, lane keeping assist, blind spot collision avoidance assist, saka yung parking distance warning. In addition, naka-EPS na rin siya. Another advantage here is meron na siyang TPMS, plus wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And lastly, yung space niya sa loob. I think sa lahat ng competitors niya, siya yung may pinaka-maaliwalas yung feeling at saka spacious. Especially dito sa third row, na even yung mga big SUV in the market offers this kind of roominess. So this is really good for families kasi spacious siya and comfortable. At may adjustments naman dun sa second row for better legroom. So yan ang mga nakikita ko ng mga positives. What about the negatives? To me, sa akin yung kanyang small engine na 1.5 liter lang. Yes, it's class leading, pero I think it's still underpowered considering na it's a 7-seater. Since medyo malaki yung kaha niya at yung kanyang makina is 1.5 liter lang, so I think yung fuel consumption is not as good as you expect. Tama lang siya but it's not the best. Another con nito na meron yung iba is wala siyang 360-degree camera. Although meron naman siyang reverse camera. Another con nito is yung sense of security. When I say security, comparing it with the Japanese brands, may sense of security ka pa din doon pagdating sa long-term maintenance. At saka yung availability ng parts. I'm not saying na hindi siya reliable. Accessible din naman yung mga parts niya. Pero compared mo with the Japanese brands, mas accessible yung mga yon. So kung mahalaga sa iyo yung brand equity, like for example yung Toyota and other Japanese brands, this may not be suitable for you, especially kung first car mo and you intend to hold it for a long time. You can keep it naman for a long time, pero meron ding certain challenge in the future. Sa Pilipinas kasi, Japanese-led tayo eh. Pero depende na rin sa iyo yan kung ano yung mas mahalaga sa iyo. So, kailangan mong i-weigh yan sa pagpili mo ng sasakyan. And nowadays, technology has evolved at ang ganda na rin talaga ng mga bagong sasakyan. And as I said, pagdating sa specs, class leading siya at maganda yung kanyang ride. Siguro ang kailangan na lang dito, noticeably, is yung 360 cam. Ngayon kasi nagiging normal na yan sa mga sasakyan. Pero kung hindi naman big deal yun sa'yo, I think maganda siyang package overall. I think worth it siya na vehicle sa starting family. But if you are going to ask me, I would personally choose this over the Ertiga, the Veloz, the Expander, the Livina, or the BRV. I think mas solid siya over the others. Kasi mas importante sa akin how the car was packaged. Kasi yung kanyang configuration, yung kanyang engine, yung kanyang roominess, yung kanyang ride quality, yun ang importante to me. So, yung usefulness, yung practicality ng sasakyan na gaya nito is important to me. And I think nandito siya sa Stargazer X. And how I wish meron na siyang 360-degree camera. I think yun na lang ang kulang niya as of now. Okay, hanggang dito na lang. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you again my next vlog. Bye!